shit. I don't know shit.
Cole here, new revolutionary on dream healing. So I have these very vivid dreams, and they're like movies. It's like a whole script that plays out over what feels like a couple hours. I have no clue how long, but and they correlate to things that I'm healing or letting go of in my life. And so they will appear almost kind of funny or novel in the dream, although they look very colorful and vivid, like cinematic. But they'll have like a twist to it, like whatever's happening in the narrative or the look on the people's faces determines how I feel about it. Like a crass example is like if somebody's bothering me in life, they'll be kind of demonic in the dream or something. And I'm crossing into a new level of healing where I'm letting go of the past health journey I was on, nearly dying from the 12-foot head fall and COVID. And the last step of that is to get this neck surgery to swap my C7 because it's bumping the spinal cord from those two things. And then once that's off, no physical impingement or minor paralysis anymore that has these weird kind of downstream symptoms. And emotionally and chronically, I feel amazing. So those parts are done. And so this felt like the last kind of let go of the last journey's certain narratives or subconscious gossip. Full disclosure, I did do medical ketamine yesterday, and it might have influenced that. And so I go to bed, sleep, and I wake up, and I remember this dream. And most of this won't mean anything to anybody, but to people who know me well and myself, it was like hilarious how accurate it was. And at the end, I'll unwind some of them, but I'll tell the dreams first. So I am at a concert, there's 10,000 people, and I am set to perform after Jay-Z. That's how I think about myself in my sleep. I'm after Jay-Z. I talked to Jay backstage, he's the man. I'm gearing up to go. And then right before, a set of concert producers who look like some of the kind of bulls at a comedy club I was kicked out of, and like stand-up comedy dweebs who own the club, who were kind of cliquey and not letting me in. They were the kind of concert promoters, and they were like, sorry, but it's canceled. You can't, your set's canceled. And I was like, well, I got a contract, so you figure it out, but I'm going on the stage. So I go to get some food while they're figuring that out. And Jermaine Dupree, who I worked with in Atlanta, is sitting next to me. And he's like, yo, you got bangers. I was like, that's what I was saying, And I try to, he's like, can you show me the newest ones? And I try to play it for him. And I can't, and this always happens in my dreams because I have this tech angst. And the tech won't work. And I was like, you know what, dude? Why don't you just come on stage when I perform and you'll see the bangers then? He's like, all right, def. I'm like, nice. So I leave there, and I'm looking for Jeffrey, my GM, and I can't find him anywhere. And I'm like, where's Jeffrey? Where's Jeffrey? And I have so much angst that I can't perform unless Jeffrey's here, which just shows you like some minor codependency or like me and him have been working through the last tough journey and continuing on to the next one. And I'm like, where's Jeffrey? First thing I thought of when I woke up is, I don't need fucking Jeffrey to perform. I mean, I love Jeffrey, and Jeffrey's coming the whole way, but I don't fucking need Jeffrey to perform. But in this dream, this fucking comes up. So I'm looking for Jeffrey, can't find Jeffrey. So then I go to find Dooch, my right-hand man from Philly, who took a different curve after this journey getting too hard, after the head fall and all that kind of stuff, which is reasonable, but also, hurt a little bit and stuff. And I go to find him, and he's got black and blue eyes, and he's kind of like messed up, not in a good spot. And I guess that's how I feel about him subconsciously. Like maybe he's just not tripping. He's just tripping. He's not thinking right about it. I'm like, dude, you got to get off your feet, man, and get back in the big game, dude. Like, And so he hears me, whatever. And then I dip, and then I get back to the concert promoters. These kind of like bull dykey, like chicks from like an improv class, and like these like nerdy, what do you call them? Nepo babies from a different club. And they're like, we've decided that you can perform, but only if you box this guy first. And I was like, all right, definitely. So I got a box to get on, which is also how it's felt. And now the guy who boxed, at first glance, I'm like, all right, if he's anything like these other stand-up comics, like this should be easy work. And then he's talking a big game though, and he's like, yeah, no, I can box, I'm good, da 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 da. And in my head, I'm thinking, I think I got him, but I really can't take 1 or 2 shots, because of the head injuries and stuff. It's not healthy, And then his karate instructor shows up, and his karate instructor is showing him karate, and I was like, yo, you do karate? Which I guess I have some sort of yearning to get back into kung fu, which I used to do, which I got to get back into clearly. And I'm like, you do karate, dude? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, what belt are you? He's like, tan. Which is hilarious. Is tan a belt? That's hysterical. But nothing in the dream was a comedy, by the way. This is funny to me now, but it was playing out like it was regular shit in the dream. So I'm like, all right, I got to figure this out. And then I turn around, and Jeffrey and Dooch are there, and they both got clipboards. And they're ready to rock. I'm like, yeah, the team's on it. We're good. The team's together, and the team is proceeding forward. Right? And then, so Jeffrey is a very empathic, compassionate individual, and Dooch is a G, and both really smart, but different skill sets. And so Jeffrey's like, dude, you shouldn't be doing this with the head and neck injury. You shouldn't be boxing. He's trying to convince me against it. And then Dooch, whose dad was a semi-pro boxer back in the day, and we all used to bare knuckle box in backyards and basements, and cars pulled up with the lights on announcing dumb shit when we were kids. And so I'm like, yo, I am not in the best shape, so I don't have much endurance. My only shot at winning this is I got to come out aggressive and try to knock them out in 1 minute. Just come out Wolverine swinging and try to get a KO real quick. And if I don't, I know I can't last 1.5 rounds, and I can't take a hit to the head, so I got to just quit. It's the filliest move ever. Try to just destroy them real fast and then grimy pull out before you get nothing. It's like the Mayweather plus the Philly. And so that's definitely the play for this, actually, logically, if that's the scenario you were given and the state of health you're in. So I get up ready to go, completely ready to go, and then the guy backs out. He's like, no, he's going to beat me, I'm out. I'm like, all right, nice. So that goes away. And then I'm about to go on stage to perform, and 8 gangbangers covered in face tats pull out, and they start threatening my life if I perform. Now, this has nothing to do with my life. This is a sign I gotta stop watching Instagram videos on gangbanging. I don't know why that's a side guilty pleasure of mine. I don't watch TV. I don't listen to much shit. I don't watch horror movies. I have very little guilty bad content that I consume, but every once in a while I get in the fucking swipe wormhole of gang activity, and it's interesting as shit to me. And I'm like, this is fucking wild that they live like this. This is fucking nuts. Interesting. And I gotta stop doing that because it's showing up in my dreams. Strange. Side note, this is a very intimate podcast revealing all. The other weird side thing that I get on is trans lifestyles, Twitter. And the tweets, I am a real trans woman, I am a real trans woman, I'm a real trans woman, a real woman, trans women are real women, trans women are real women, trans women. It's yo, I was not debating it. I'm I love everybody, but you don't sound sure, you guys fucking be secure, girl, you know what I mean? I don't know, there's a lot going on in there, but I guess I get down these weird wormholes, and they're all interesting, I shouldn't have revealed that, but whatever. Back to the dream. So the concert decides I got to get super security because of these gangbangers who are trying to get me. So I end up having these 8 security guards with me, super duper security. Half are Navy SEALs, and the other half are other gangbangers, but they're on my team. Awesome. So we go on stage with all of them, and I had given a set list which included 5 of my slammers, and 1 is no regrets, which is clearly what I'm letting go of, these various regrets. And the song they play is a new song of mine called FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. and I want to run for president one day. And that's the last song I would have picked of my whole catalog. It's like a soul song. You would never do it live when you only got 5 songs and it's a new audience. Like, that's not the one you would pick. And my dream picks FDR because I'm consumed with being like FDR and winning the presidency and coming up with a, you know, like a new health deal kind of thing, like that supports people in housing and better health and, you know, things. But so that plays, and the hook is like, I wanna care. It's talking about how nobody cares, but like, I wanna care, you know. And it's hard, like, human beings don't care because we're too consumed with our own lives, but I wanna care. And so that goes great, and it's like the crowd goes nuts, and it's like Coley's arrived, and then I'm leaving with the whole squad, and there's one last remaining gangbanger who's trying to kill me, and he jumps off this like 12-foot ledge, which is about how high I fell on my head back in 2016. He does this like flip thing that, like, before killing me, and he messes up, and he hits his head. And I remember in the dream it being really vivid, harsh. Like, you hear his head hit the concrete, like bop bop, and it like really seemed like it fucked him up or could kill him. And he's like bop bop, and he's like don't. And then he rolls over on the ground. He's having like little focal seizures like I used to have after mine. And he's afraid he's going to die. And it looks like he could die. And there was one little half-second thought of mine was like, well, this guy was trying to kill me, so I should let him die. But instead, I get down and I give him craniosacral healing. And I give him hand healing. And I'm like, dude, just keep breathing deep. Stay with us. Let it work through your body. You know, keep the faith. You're going to make it. And I saved the guy who's trying to kill me's life. And that was the dream. Fucking nuts, right? Look what's in there. I've got aspirations of what I want to do. Music star, comedy star, president. I've got things I have to do to get there that I don't want to do. Boxing, get around danger, bureaucracy, and nepotism. I've got past wounds, abandonment, interpersonal, emotional things I need to let go of. I've got interesting song choices and various characters from my aspirations and past. I've got redemption, forgiveness, and then at the end I make the final right call to save the life of the guy trying to kill me. And then I wake up feeling like $1 million. Like $1 million. So look deep, try to remember your dreams, analyze them, sift through them. Like, what is that telling me? Is that telling me I need to let go of that? Or I feel like this, or I really want to go this way? Or, man, you've been harping on this and mad at your enemies, but to get forward, you got to let them go and even love your enemies. And, like, you know, there's a lot of deep stuff in there. They're also funny. So I analyze your dreams. Love y'all.
I don't know shit. Right now 76, thinking. I don't know shit.